Dearly beloved, we gather here.
I don't know
Yeah,
the
finish it.
rest.
Well, it is the 40th anniversary of the release of Purple Rain. Well, actually, it will be 41 anniversary come July of 2025. But they had a one-day showing in the theaters with a new Dolby sound experience.
Dolby Cinema, yeah.
And holy crap, after 40 years later, this movie still freaking rocks. On Rotten Tomatoes, it is still currently ranked at 73% by the critics and 78% by the audience. This movie is a staple of cinema, of musicals, of music. It checks all the marks except for great acting.
And story.
No, story is pretty good, in my opinion. Let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. All right. Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
Abaddon.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. You were born in what?
84.
When it came out, you're probably like 3 months, 4 months old, 1984.
No, yeah, I would have been about 3 months old.
Was this your first time seeing it?
In its entirety. I've only seen, I remember clips on VH1 and
Okay.
watching one or two music videos.
How was your theater experience?
It was packed, bro.
Yes!
First of all,
Damn right.
I was one of the youngest people there.
Yes.
And then throughout the entire film, people were clapping, applauding the concerts. And there was this one lady that was going up and down. I think she was on her way out to the bathroom and she just stopped in the middle of the stairs to start dancing. And then as she came back, she just timed it perfectly for Prince coming back on the stage and she just starts clapping. So
it was a good experience for you then.
Yeah, the audience was definitely into the film. That's without question.
It is like the Rocky Horror Picture Show, in my opinion.
I can see that.
In that aspect, in a sense, because Rocky Horror Picture Show is a musical itself, is a landmark, is a cultural phenomenon. This is a cultural phenomenon. For me, in my experience for the movie, that is, when I went to see it, I was like the only one there because of the time I saw it. 1:30.
Oh, I went at 7.
Right. So 9 to 5, people are there. So
yeah,
you're not going to see it. But I did scroll to see other times because at 9 or 7 something, there was more seats were taken. But I had the whole freaking theater to myself until people came in later and sat in front of me. Are you effing kidding me? An empty theater, but you got to sit in front of me.
And they just
so
let's sit in front of this dude.
But I didn't let that ruin my fun because I was singing along myself. I didn't dance like the girl, like that lady did, but I was singing. I was enjoying myself. It took me back. Now, this movie is loosely based on his life.
I was going to ask about that because I heard about that. And I looked, I remember seeing the credits, the writers' names, but he's not credited to it.
Well, originally, John Travolta was going to be the starring role.
Okay.
Right? So they had a different approach. And I don't know the whole details in the sense of how Prince was going to be involved in that. But John Travolta was there, and I guess he wanted a little more control rights, whatever, and they let him go or something that wasn't disagree. So, but they gave it to Prince and his band, to do, and they gave it a real low budget in the sense, like an indie film budget.
Yeah, the budget was estimated to be $7 million, which is still pretty low. Considering
back in 84 or 83 when it was in production, that's pretty good compared to today's standards.
True.
Now, can you tell me how much it grossed?
Granted, these are the numbers coming from IMDb, so take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But on the opening weekend, 7.7 million in the U.S.
Total.
Gross worldwide was 70.2.
So that's a success right there. And the movie, well, not the movie, but the album itself won an Oscar and won 2 Grammys, right? So that's amazing. I think Prince won an award for not the Oscars, but it's for outstanding performance, something like that. It won a few awards. And the director, he directed also American Anthem, that gymnastics movie after this.
I don't think I've seen that one.
With Mitch Gaylord and Wayne Gretzky's wife, Janet Jones. We've talked about her in The Beastmaster.
Oh
was
yeah,
in that
yeah.
too. She's one of the body witches, whatever you want to call it. Even though this is 1984 and is apparently dated, this can be enjoyed at any time because, in my opinion, this is Prince's world that we're seeing. Like it's a world created,
like his
in
perception of
this
reality.
universe. Maybe yes, maybe no, but in a sense, like it's his world.
Gotcha.
Like the MCU and like the DCU. This is the PU, which is a bad abbreviation, but it's the Prince's universe. Now, quick story with Morris Day. Those two were best of friends growing up. I think they went to the same high school. They had a band together called The Time.
What, Prince and Morris Day?
Yes. And then they separated in, with differences.
Yeah.
So they parted. But then they
mended bridges.
They mended bridges. Thank you. And they became friends, and Prince helped him again with The Time that we have here, right? So it was The Time again, but I think it was a different name, something The Time, and then they just made it The Time, and then gave Morris Day, and have his band as Prince's was still growing and developing his music, his love. But yeah, they were the best of friends. I didn't know that until I did some research, and and he gave Morris Day the thing. Like Prince had like almost total control of this movie and how it's going to be done with the help of the director.
Okay.
You remember Vanity?
Yeah.
So she was Prince's girlfriend, and she had he produced the group Vanity Six.
Yes.
Because the two girls, the blonde girl and the other girl, or Indian girl or Latin girl, whatever, the mulatto girl, they were part of Vanity Six. But then it became Apollonia Six, and Apollonia came into the forefront to start in the role.
Yeah. No, I know who you're talking about. Her name's Apollonia, like legit.
I know.
And she's actually Mexican.
I know that. Vanity left because I'm telling you, because I already told the other two girls, one is white, the blonde that we saw.
Yeah.
Who's chewing gum while singing, well, you never do that. And then the other girl was like Indian or Latina. Mm-hmm. And then you have Apollonia, who's also Latina, but Vanity was not. God, was she gorgeous.
Well, the thing was, like, Vanity was originally in the script and she quit, like you mentioned. But there's even like a part where Morris Day is talking about the girls and Apollonia. Is very hard to tell, but it looks like the lips are in sync. It's because it was dubbed, because he originally said Vanity.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I knew about the Vanity thing.
Okay, good. Yeah, my gosh, she was so hot. But then she found Christ, and then she died. I don't know. I think that was she died.
After she did, like, Last Dragon came out after this movie. No, and then I think also she did Action Jackson and several other films well before that whole situation.
Yeah, she did 52 Pickoff, and then she dropped the name of Vanity. And like I said, when she found Christ, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, I had a blast. Did you have a blast?
I laughed so hard during the film, and I don't think I was supposed to laugh as much as I did.
Well, but you can't help
Jerome and Morris Day, the best part of the film for me.
What's the password?
What?
What is it?
What?
What?
What do you mean, what? He's like, what's the password? That's what I'm trying to say.
That whole thing was like, reminded me of Abbott and Costello. Like, who's on first, right? Kind of like that. The chemistry between those two was awesome.
I'm gonna go to my favorite scene already, where the girl shows up. Morris, I've been waiting for you all night, and this is where you are, and and you see Jerome like shaking his head, and he hooks her, yeets her, and drags her to the alley, and then just body slams her into a dumpster and closes the lid. I died laughing. I feel like White Chicks stole that. Remember White Chicks with Terry Crews? And
most likely.
And they pushed the girl off in the wheelchair.
Well, probably. I mean, I saw clips, or not clips. Kimberly was watching White Chicks the other day, and I'm like looking at. I'm like, I don't find why this movie is so hilarious. I don't get it.
Oh, it's hilarious.
But anyway, that scene, which is great, but I feel that scene was like maybe improv or multiple takes, because that girl, she looked like she was laughing the whole time. She had a big ass smile. For someone who's mad at Morris Day, you would not have a smile. And when you get thrown into a dumpster or dumped into a dumpster, you would not open up and smile.
Yeah, no.
I think the girl was having so much fun with that scene that she just was like just giddy. I said there probably multiple takes on that, and that you just take the best take, because
also I read that Morris Day was also having a substance abuse problem during the shooting. He was also like high a lot of times on set, so I can imagine like their outtakes probably are wild, especially in the 80s. But just Jerome and Morris Day, every single scene those two are in, even when they're separated, like they have very powerful scenes. I would say surprising turn, because when they first introduced Morris Day, I'm like, oh, he's going to be the heel. He's going to be the bad guy of the film. Technically, no, he's not.
But he is. He's one of the antagonists of the protagonist, the kid. But the kid is also he's the protagonist, but also the antagonist to himself. Like he's like almost self-destruction.
Yeah, he's kind of bipolar.
Yes. Well, it's not that he's bipolar. It's just that.
I said kind of.
Like what's great about,
Kinda.
Well, no. What I'm just saying, like he's a reflection of his home.
Absolutely.
Okay. He still lives at home. His father's very abusive, and he's abusive because he gave up his dream. And so a lot of people, a lot of times when they give up their dream, they still have that dream, but they let it go to provide for the family. And a lot of times they don't find solace in that. They have regret, and they take out that regression on those who they love. The kid, the son, the wife that, he loves her, but he just he wants her. He's very insecure. He wants the wife in the house all the time, never ever out of the house, almost like a prison, right? He's a prison guard, or he's the warden, and the wife is his only prisoner. And so the kid has the talent of the father, has the love and care. When doves cry, it's just like that. He's talking about, maybe I'm like my mother, maybe I'm like my father. And when he's pushed to, or when something is said that he doesn't like, that he knows that he can take advantage of, he unleashes. So it's not really bipolar. So I'm just saying, definitely narcissist, but he's just reacting or applying what he has grown up on.
True. Well, definitely. And what we see, that scene when she says, I'm going to work with Morris, it went from 0 to 100 so fast.
Yeah. Yes. But that's like his father, right? And
he actually used the same words as his father.
Yes. Do I make you happy? That part. Yes, exactly. This is also a movie of growth because he kind of finally finds a way to break that, or we get that he breaks that cycle. In that sense, he grows. But it's really not necessarily clear. Well, she stays with him. She could have left, but she stays with him. Granted, some people who are abused stay with their abuser. That's true. But I took it that way because, well, remember, Wendy and Lisa wrote a song, which became Purple Rain.
True.
He said, you will never play this song. We will never do this.
Yeah.
All right. And it's from multiple attempts. They gave him songs that he could use for the band. But he heard it. He just said, let me try. He's like, well, wait a minute. He does it like 3, 4 times. He listens to the music.
Yeah, one time he gets interrupted. No, 2 times he gets interrupted.
Right, and then he goes to the piano, and after his father's suicide attempt, and he finds the music sheets, and he wakes up and he goes right there. And that's a lot of times where creativity happens. A lot of times music happens through tragedy, through also good moments too, right?
Yeah.
But that's where the narcissism left him. He accepted that, okay, this group, my girls have something here. And he acknowledges that when he introduces the song.
Yeah.
Dedicate to my father. This song was written by,
Wendy.
I'm saying teammates, but I'm saying the band, Wendy and Lisa. There is growth. The other music performance he did, there was some holding back, and he was distracted, where he could just let loose and be himself. Kind of like how he was in the opening act when he does Let's Go Crazy. He's letting loose. He's just letting it be. And then Apollonia comes in, and she kind of disrupts his flow. Granted, he had other issues.
Yes.
Right. He thought he was the shit. He skipped meetings, stuff like that. Did one song for the night, which is like, what the hell? You're, booked to do 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
That's how I saw the film, watching it again. The last time I saw this was just after his passing a few years ago.
Okay.
They did a little presentation in honor of Prince. That was packed then, so it was great. Now, you said there was something with the story. What was the story that you had trouble with?
So the pacing was a little bit of an issue for me. The timing of how things were happening, how they were moving from one event to the other, the flow of it just felt a little bit choppy. And then when the whole scene that we just talked about with him, laying hands on her, and then it goes into When Doves Cry, it looks like it's a flashback. And I'm like, did we miss months of history that just happened? Because
no,
it feels so rushed. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. and it feels rushed and feels chopped in that sensation, because I'm like, they're having a whirlwind romance. A lot's happening. She just bought him a guitar, and she got a right hook in response for that. That's a lot to happen in a matter of like a week.
Well, she got a back fist. She got a backhand. But anyway,
I'm emphasizing a point.
I understand. Yeah. No, you're right that the timing does seem fast. Yes. It's like in a matter of maybe 2 weeks, maybe.
Yes, but then there's a whole litany of scenes with the two of them that weren't there.
Right. Well, if you're paying attention to the outfit, it's the same outfit that she jumped into the lake with. Well, no, she didn't jump into the lake with the outfit.
I just assumed she didn't have so many outfits. She moved into a motel on like
no, but
pennies.
Come on, she had a lot of outfits. Comparing that, she only had like a small handbag, whatever it was.
One of the outfits looked like she was an extra for like a Vlad Tepes movie. Like she played an extra Dracula, Brides of Dracula.
She had that big cape. Now, again, she's fine, but I find it funny. Like a lot of times in the 1980s and stuff like that, they use makeup and then they don't use makeup. So she has a little peach fuzz, which was somewhat like, it kind of reminds me of the Eddie Murphy joke with Aunt Bunny. Come give Aunt Bunny a kiss, baby. Aunt Bunny had a little peach fuzz too, but regardless, she was fine. But did you notice that when she put down her information to give to the manager, she said that she was 19.
No, I missed
and
that.
In reality, at the time of the filming, she was 23. I don't know what they drank back then, but damn, did she look older.
Life was
She looked like she was in her 30s.
People aged
She looked like
faster.
she was in her 30s.
Absolutely, she did. I didn't see the 19 thing, but
yeah, because the kid goes and he's looking at the wall and he sees it right after this it's been pinned up. Right, he goes back. Sir,
that's a grown woman.
Right, and then how old is the kid at the time? He's supposed to be. They're at a club.
He's supposed to be a kid, but Prince was born in 58, so he would have been 26 at the time.
What? He was born in what?
1958. The movie came out in 84. You're talking about a movie that's 40 years ago.
No, I understand that. But let me go real quick. So
the math is there.
I'm doing the math.
A few moments later.
So 26.
Yeah. Right. So I take the win for the math skills.
Damn, they look old. Mm-hmm. But she looked old. She looked older than what she was supposed to be and how she was at actuality. She still looked good. I have to say, now Prince is 5'2". He has the heels. He's jumping around, dancing with the booted heels or the heel boots, which led unfortunately to his death because of the painkillers he was on, because all that jumping and he did around in those high heel boots.
He pretty much did gymnastic moves on the stage alone. I can imagine what his concerts were.
I've been to one of his concerts. Amazing. Not like that. It wasn't as acrobatic as he was on the movie, but still performing. Sounds great. He sounded amazing live. It sounded like the albums. It was so damn good. And he sounded like he actually did The Time Is the Bird. He did that song in one of his concerts. And it sounded just like Morris Day singing, even though it was him singing. It was insane. That's how talented he was.
Speaking of Morris Day, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Morris Day in the Time, son.
I never saw that movie.
Oh.
I know Mark Hamill's in it and has a lot of Star Wars reference. Yeah. I get that,
but no, they referenced Morris Day, and that's the first time I heard of Morris Day in the Times was through that movie. And they had Morris Day in the Times in the movie, and they were singing,
really?
And they sang Jungle Love. So when I watched this movie, in the first song Morris Day does, Wah! Jungle Love, I was kind of in my head singing I wanna know ya.
Wait a minute, was it The Bird or Jungle Love? What was the first song? I understand he did both songs.
The first was Jungle Love, and The Bird was the one, because that was the one. Yeah, it's the second one, because that's the one he sung.
Yeah, you're right.
He's like, I heard you having parent troubles or family troubles, and then he walked past.
He's like, how's that? No, he goes, how's the family?
Yeah,
which was a great scene because he saw his reaction. He's like, I went too low. Yeah, that was way too low. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was like, he's like, damn, I should have said that. That was so uncalled for.
Did you notice that the kid never says anything to Morris Day in the movie too? There's like several scenes. There's like only a handful of scenes where Morris Day says something to the kid.
They never talk.
He never says anything. And matter of fact, the only time he says anything, I think, was to Jerome, and that's maybe. I don't even think he did say anything to Jerome.
No. He didn't say anything to Jerome either when Jerome gave him the tickets?
Yeah.
No. The only time that the kid talked to him was the manager that was not in his band, or the girl. Like he talked to the parents, he talked to his team, his band, he talked to Apollonia, and he talked to the manager. Yeah. Oh, and the waitress girl.
Yeah.
Who was also in the was it crazy? She's in the video 1999 and Little Red Corvette. If you look at those videos, that blonde waitress is in it. And she's like she's all on Wendy, who's playing the keyboards. Oh, is that Wendy or is that Lisa? I can't remember who's Lisa, who's which.
I think that's Lisa, because I think Wendy's the one that they made the comment about God's joke or something like that.
I don't know. I can't remember at the top of my head. But also there's a third act, the black guy with the Japanese headband.
You're not narrowing down the selection.
Yes, there is. There's only one guy that I'm your mountain man. Mountain man. I'm paraphrasing, of course. I don't think it's Mountain Man, but he's like, yeah. They show one band, not really quick, but relatively quick, and he has a Japanese headband on. Yeah. He's part of Prince's original group. He was part of the 1999 album Little Red Corvette, 1999. He was part of that band, and I guess they split up, but they still stayed friends. And what is Alice Cooper there doing MC?
Oh, that's who I was like, I know this guy.
No, it wasn't him. It wasn't Alice Cooper, but it looked like Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
That guy looked like Alice Cooper. His eyelashes were so long. That's what you have to say about the 80s. Like the 80s were very comfortable.
A lot of people are crying about it now. Like their style in the 80s.
Well, not just style, but sexuality. They want to express it. And this movie is filled with sexual innuendos, filled with sexual tension. It is there. And Prince was very comfortable with that when he performed, and he brought it to here in this. And you see it like, darling Nikki, do you want him or do you want me? It's like that. It's like where the girl's almost like Lisa or Wendy, who one of the two is like, look like she's giving fellatio to him while like she's kneeling and he's standing.
Yeah. I think it was Wendy.
Yeah, that one. It was Wendy?
I want to say that's Wendy.
Or Lisa. Yeah. Well, it's one of the two. It's one of the two girls. There's only two girls in the band, but there's the sexual tension is so strong. Him touching himself, and like I think when he was making out with Apollonia in his place, I think he actually dabbled.
Yo, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe pushing the lines of like the confines of what is okay to be done while filming. Because I'm like, my guy, you do that nowadays, you might be getting arrested.
I recognized that when I was a kid, and then now I was like, how did he not get slapped? Like after, it's like,
he's Prince. But I'm just saying.
Well, that's true. And speaking about that, at 5'2", with the heels on, the guy emits masculinity. Emits masculinity, sexuality.
Yeah.
In a way, it's like, wow. It's just like his persona it just irradiates off the screen. It's like,
I mean, every other thing is a sexual thing that he's doing. Let's be honest.
No, I understand. No, but I'm understanding the way he stands, the clothes he wears. It's like, even though he's wearing padded shoulders, but his stance and the V shape that it forms, like, even though he's not muscularly built,
even his chest hair is a V.
Right. I'm just saying though, it's like his symmetry that he has is like, damn, this guy has like, in a small frame, has it all.
You notice he doesn't really turn his neck that often?
Oh, no. You remember that time he's looking for his father? He does a pirouette. Where are you, motherfucker?
That's voted one of the best scenes. He does like the pure, sharpest turn.
Yeah, and his head just goes.
Well, I noticed on that lake scene with Minatoka.
Even though that wasn't it, though, but yeah.
Yeah, no, he says that afterwards. Yeah. But he's like, I'm like, man, you're like holding on to the profile.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say he knows how to work it. He knows his best angle. Quick fact. You know about the motorcycle he drove?
Editing mistakes?
He did not. There were some. The tires, that's one. The tires there was two different tires, the rear tires, but also the gear shift. When he's driving it, there is no gear shift by his foot. He doesn't know how to ride a motorcycle.
Makes sense.
He didn't. So they made another bike without that. And then for anything that was needed, and it says like more detail.
Stunt
There's
double.
a stunt person. Right. There's a stunt double for him when he's spinning the bike around, when he does the jump by the lake. That's a fun fact I didn't know. I thought he always knew how to ride, but he didn't. Now, do you have another favorite scene?
All my favorite parts are with Morris Day and Jerome. Absolutely best parts. Just because they had such great chemistry, good lines. Like, I didn't recognize Morris Day when he was first getting ready at the beginning of the film. But like him running into the car, Morris and Jerome closing the door. The slap 5 with the 2 fingers. Dancing on stage and Jerome's on sync. He's in sync with the rest of the crowd, holding the mirror.
Yeah.
To me, those were the most memorable scene, because like the concerts, they're on point. They're really good concert scenes. The musical scenes.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't beat them.
to me, this was just a long ass music video.
It is. I was going to argue that. I was ready to argue that, because they're like, it's a musical. I'm like, no, it's a music video. Let's be honest. Just like how Michael Jackson had Moonwalker, and people were like, that's a movie. It's a long ass music video.
But Moonwalker was not as long as this, or Captain EO was not as long as this. But here you have almost 2 hours.
It's an hour,
almost 2
minutes.
Hours.
No, hour and a half. Hour and a half. For Moonwalker.
No,
hour and 50 minutes for Purple Rain.
Really? Moonwalker was a 90-minute long movie?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I remember this. I remember Purple Rain.
Yeah.
I don't remember Moonwalker. I remember some things. I know Moonwalker came out with a video game. I know Joe Pesci was in it, but that's about it.
So, like, but see, Moonwalker came across my eyes when I was a kid, and where I could see this being a little bit more censored. So,
of course.
Yeah.
Because Moonwalker was on MTV while this was in the theaters.
I think the best scenes outside of Morris Day and the Time are the ones with that are him performing, because the interactions between him and his parents, they felt weird.
They felt a little weak. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I like Clarence Williams III.
Yes.
I think he's a great actor. I don't know who his mother, Olga Karlatos, is the woman who plays his mother, who is like, she was born in Greece. Don't know her from anything in any performance or anywhere. The dynamic between the parents, like their dialogue scenes, I get the whole motif behind it, but that's like, again, like we talked about, scripting. Didn't feel right.
I mean, like Star Wars, I'm going to do it, that Clarence... Well, no. Not that like there's the chosen one or anything like that, but I'm saying like, okay, for Star Wars, The New Hope, to make the movie have some legitimacy.
Yeah.
They had Sir Alec Guinness.
No, that's Clarence.
And here we have Clarence. He's the only real legit actor in the film who has a history of work.
I can believe that because his performances, scripts aside, were actually really good for Clarence. And like those tears look like they were his tears. They didn't look like, tilt your head back, sir.
No, probably like, why the hell am I in this damn movie? Do you know who I am? I was in the Mod Squad, motherfucker. But for me, like my favorite scenes is the ending and the beginning and the ending, the bookmarks. You're going into Prince's world. And that performance of Let's Go Crazy is insane. I mean, he starts playing the piano with his foot. And is on point. It goes with the music. Yes, he's mashing a bunch of keys, but it's going with the music. It's going with the song. It's like, what the hell this guy can't do? Because he's self-taught, right?
Yeah.
He plays every instrument. He records it. Then he has the band replay it. And then at the end, where you have pretty much like the freaking whole song of Purple Rain just on him. You're the audience in the club. Your eyes are glued on him. And then you have that connection because the character is going through emotional hell because of what happened to his family and his father. He's about to lose his job if he doesn't knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
His band may break up. He lost his girl. So everything is all like into that performance. He's letting it loose. And then that solo, that guitar solo, is just another, like, it's him singing, but not singing. It's him playing. The guitar becomes his voice. And it's just mesmerizing because when I saw it yesterday, I was just like, the camera has not left him. And then after the guitar solo, then it kind of breaks off to the audience. Like, okay, we're back here. And the audience is doing the same thing as we're doing. We're staring in awe. We're like, holy crap. And then the two songs finish are Baby, I Would Die For You and Baby, I'm a Star. And I Would Die For You is, again, a callback to his father.
Yeah.
That he said that to his wife.
I mean, technically, after the whole Purple Rain thing, they could have ended it right there. But then he came back and did the other two.
No, but they did it. But well, again, because full growth, things are coming to a line for him. Apparently, they love him, so he has a job.
Yeah.
He comes back. His girl is still there.
Yep.
Then you see in flashback that he's getting his life back in order, organizing the music sheets, seeing his family in the hospital, visiting his father. He's back with his girl. So that kind of goes into is not flashback, but that's a flash forward.
Like an epilogue.
Yeah, but it's happening during the walk back and the two songs.
True.
Right. And then I noticed, and I didn't notice before, like his finger, he has a Band-Aid. I think it's the pinky finger. That could probably be because of when he went crazy in the house, when he,
smashing
seen
things.
himself. Yeah, smashing things. Of course, those glasses breaking. That could be towards that. But I never noticed that before. He sees himself being hung.
Yep.
So those two bookends were my favorite. Now, my weakest moments, is all with the kissing. It was so awkward.
It was very forced. It was like, right,
or like the pecker lips, like it's like.
So I don't know. Like I questioned, was that the before or after that scene? So
it looked very forced in my opinion as well. And I couldn't, like, I'm at the age now, I don't have to see the lovemaking, the kisses and all that stuff.
Like, I can agree with that. But make it a little.
And sometimes
genuine.
some movies, they go for it too much. It's like, but does it really push the story any further, or does it solidify the story or the act? Like, I don't know. I guess I'm at the age, is like, yeah, their boyfriend girl, they kiss and like that. They go, they have sex, whatever. Okay, fine. But I don't know. But again, the sexual innuendos, my God, I'm surprised, like, there's not NR-17, in the sense of like how much sexual innuendo is in this film. But again, that's Prince in his music and his performances, because he has performed in a thong, or he's performed with his butt cheeks out, and he has performed in a thong where he's like wearing thigh-high boots and a thong. So like people couldn't get Prince because they didn't know what his sexual preference was.
Well, they said it perfectly in the movie. He's like, the manager,
Enigma.
No, he told him, it's like, no one understands your music but you, kid.
Right. But besides the music, it's his style. And you gotta say, like, you gotta admit, like, he made, lack for a better word, fairy pirates look masculine.
Yeah.
He has the high collar prairie pirate shirt, all this stuff. Him and his couple bands too, except for the doctor. They're wearing all this, and it's very. They made it look very macho, even with the eyeliner. Oh, what's with the beauty marks? Everyone has a beauty mark. Did you notice that?
They just keep adding it. I mean, I think that was a part of the makeup thing, because he's going for like a Renaissance makeup kind of situation with his style.
Right, but he has it. The drummer has it. Wendy and Lisa has it. Apollonia has it. The blonde waitress has it.
French Revolution, bro.
I understand, but they all have that little mark. I was like, okay.
Beauty marks was for the French Revolution.
I know, but it's just fun. What's kind of funny though? Is like, because people, they do that, right? Because you don't have it. But when people have it, they try to get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. But
people have what they don't want. One that don't have. The one other weird thing was the puppet.
Yes, I agree with that. So, okay, who's talking? Obviously, it's in his head, but wasn't it the puppet talking, communicating with?
So at one point, I'm like, is he a ventriloquist in real life? And I haven't Googled that, and I feel like I should.
No, he's not. He's not. But like, the puppet was talking to him, but I think at one time the puppet was talking to Wendy and Lisa.
Yes, but his lips were parted. So that's why I was like, is he being a ventriloquist right now, like talking through the puppet? But then when they left, his lips were closed, and then the puppet was still talking, but it's like to him. And I'm like, okay, this is why I feel like some of the movies in his head, and it's so wild. I was talking with
this is another hero at large moment. No, I'm not going to accept that.
I'm gonna ruin it. I told one of my friends this, and
it could be.
He's like, man, the movie is wild when you think about it. Like, if you really dig into it. And I was like, listen, if I don't partake on any of the drugs or anything, like, but this will be one of those films that I think, if I'm on like the chocolates or the gummies, this might be an outrageous film to watch.
This movie is so important that is now in the library, the Smithsonian Library of Movies or Arts. That's how important this movie is, and that's rare. His first film makes such an impact that it becomes like the Library of Arts and the Smithsonian, not to be destroyed.
Yeah, no, I read
That's how
something like
important.
that.
And rightly so. It's phenomenal in so many ways. Now, yes, I agree the acting sometimes is somewhat painful.
And the script.
I can dig the story. I can understand where the story is coming from, so I don't mind that. But from beginning to end is one hell of a ride. It's entertaining. You're having fun. Like you can do like a Rocky Horror Picture Show thing where people are dressed up and they go on stage doing each part and they just foreplay the scene. Foreplay? Not foreplay. That's weird. Act out the scene.
Yeah.
I would go to that. I would go to those shows and see that. I mean, I was dressed as Prince for one Halloween.
Dressed up like Morris Day.
You should. Kim was dressed as Apollonia. It was a fun night. I try to act like the kid, try to be like very like low key in a sense of talking. And
so basically, you stood behind her all night with sunglasses on, staring at the back of her neck. Gotcha.
Now back to recap on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics scored it at 73%, while the audience did it at 78%. I personally think it should be in the 90s. Not because of nostalgia. It's because it's a great ride. The music is awesome. Every song done hits. Even Apollonia's one.
Yeah.
Even the one guy, I'm a mountain man, it's probably the wrong title, but it goes like that. Every song slants. It's worth the watch for me. What about you?
Solid 80. Like I had a good time watching it. It's not going to be, I'll be honest, it's not going to be a movie I'll be like, I need to watch this repeatedly. But entertaining music, good times. It's worth the watch. And I think it does hold up. Like
it holds up if you go into the belief that it is Prince's world. If you go into it's his universe that we're entering and watching, and it is timeless. It's timeless. It goes by quick, as we discussed. The editing is like. All right, guys, that is our throwback review of Purple Rain. Purple Rain. I'm not a singer. So. Have you seen it? What was your thoughts? What was your favorite moment? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Love you too. Did you know Prince can make flapjacks?
Well, he was a big fan of basketball.
He was. Charlie Murphy.